there was a man whose 77 family members were executed after his death. This is the shocking fate of Tokugawa Ieyasu's chief treasurer, Okubo Nagayasu. He was a man who should have enjoyed Ieyasu's absolute trust. Yet, after his death, his sons were beheaded, and his relatives were punished by association. But there was more. In truth, this wasn't merely a case of illicit enrichment. Hidden within was a darkness that threatened to shake the Tokugawa Shogunate. What exactly was the Nagayasu Incident? Why did Ieyasu punish the dead? What was Nagayasu's true crime? And what did this incident ultimately bring to the Tokugawa regime? This video will unravel it all. Now let us delve into the truth. In the main feature, we will also detail Nagayasu's astonishing rise to power and the circumstances of his subsequent downfall. Okubo Nagayasu was born in Kai Province, the son of a vassal of Takeda Shingen. However, with the fall of the Takeda clan, he lost his position and became a ronin. He later made a living as a no actor, but it was fate that his extraordinary talent was recognized by Tokugawa Ieyasu. Nagayasu excelled not only in no but also in mine development, civil engineering, and advanced mathematics. Ieyasu was astonished by his abilities. Ieyasu heavily relied on Nagayasu, appointing him successively as gold mine commissioner and chief magistrate across various regions. It was an unprecedented promotion. Nagayasu developed major mines across various regions, including the Sato gold mine and Iwami silver mine, bringing immense wealth to the shogunate. With his exceptional skills, Nagayasu concurrently held numerous magistrate positions, effectively rising to become the top economic official of the Tokugawa Shogunate. The territories Nagayasu controlled were said to approach 400,000 koku, granting him financial power and authority on par with a daimyo. Ieyasu's trust in him was profound. Nagayasu was indeed the unsung hero who built the early financial foundations of the shogunate, truly supporting the Tokugawa. However, at the peak of his influence, Nagayasu fell ill. Ieyasu sent envoys to visit him frequently. Then, in Kicho 1613, Okubo Nagayasu's tumultuous life came to an end, yet his death marked the true beginning of hell. So, why was Nagayasu targeted even after his demise? Just a few months after Nagayasu's death, a thorough investigation by the shogunate suddenly began. It was an unprecedented turn of events. The investigation was ordered by Shogun Tokugawa Hidetada. His father, Ieyasu, was also deeply involved, pursuing the crimes of the Nagayasu family. First, Nagayasu's body was exhumed, and an autopsy was performed. This pursuit of a deceased person was unprecedented at the time. His eldest son, Tajuro, and his other sons were arrested for allegedly concealing their father's assets, and severe interrogations began. Soon after, Nagayasu's 7 sons were successively ordered to commit seppuku for illicit enrichment, plunging them into the depths of despair. But it didn't end there. Their wives and children also became targets for execution, their lives mercilessly taken. Furthermore, Nagayasu's relatives, even those connected by marriage, were executed by association. The innocent were swept up in the Purge. Ultimately, it is said that 77 people were executed. This was an unprecedented catastrophe, a true tragedy. Moreover, all the immense wealth acquired by Nagayasu was confiscated by the shogunate, and his family was completely annihilated. So why was such a drastic punishment meted out? Illicit enrichment alone was not the sole reason. The official charges were illicit enrichment and concealment of assets. However, the shogunate harbored even more terrifying suspicions. Nagayasu was also suspected of secretly communicating with Christians, which was strictly forbidden at the time. As the shogunate intensified its ban on Christianity, this was an extremely grave offense, tantamount to treason. Furthermore, there were even rumors that Nagayasu had misused his expertise in mine excavation to manufacture large quantities of weapons. And then, the most terrifying ultimate accusation, involvement in a plot to overthrow the Tokugawa shogunate. Could this be true? It is pointed out that behind this incident lay serious factional conflicts within the Ieyasu Hidetada administration. Nagayasu had clashed with Hidetada's close aides, such as the shogunate's prominent figures Honda Masanobu and Doi Toshikatsu, and was resented by them. His relationship with Okubo Tadachika, who was his equal in status, was particularly strained. There is a theory that Tadachika manipulated the incident from behind the scenes. Tadachika disdained Nagayasu's humble origins and disliked his unusual influence. There was hatred for someone he considered his inferior. Nagayasu's death became the perfect opportunity for those who resented him. Truly, dead men tell no tales. Ieyasu highly valued Nagayasu's talent and utilized his financial acumen to the fullest for the shogunate. However, as Nagayasu's power and wealth grew, Ieyasu secretly began to harbor caution. He particularly viewed it as problematic that Nagayasu held multiple magistrate positions across regions, gradually building an independent economic sphere. Another factor was that Nagayasu's sons formed marital ties with daimyo families, expanding their influence too widely. Ieyasu feared that after his own death, a superhuman figure like Nagayasu might wield too much power within the shogunate. The posthumous punishment was less a warning to Nagayasu and more a deterrent for future shogunal vassals. It is also believed that there was an aim for the shogunate to directly seize control of the gold mine interests held by Nagayasu. The Nagayasu incident was a crucial step for the Tokugawa shogunate in establishing a centralized system of governance. Strengthening governance as an organization, rather than relying too heavily on individual capabilities, that was Ieyasu's strong will. This incident revealed a ruthless side hidden beneath the solid foundation of the Tokugawa shogunate. So, what does this event ultimately teach us? Why did Ieyasu punish the dead? It was for the stability of the shogunate after his death, and to gain control of the gold mine interests. Nagayasu's true crime extended beyond mere illicit enrichment. It was the potential for his immense power and influence to threaten the shogunate. And this incident brought to the Tokugawa regime the lessons of a strong centralized system and ruthless governance that eliminated factional disputes. The mystery of Okubo Nagayasu reflected Ieyasu's stern governing philosophy, utilizing individual capabilities to the fullest, but never permitting their privatization. Even a meritorious contributor, if deemed a threat to the shogunate's stability, would be mercilessly eliminated. Perhaps that was the true nature of Tokugawa's reign.
History still hides untold stories. Subscribe for more forgotten history.